Okay, so I'm so excited that you guys have all hopped on here. Make sure that you are sharing this video with anybody who's new or who is trying to go Ruby. And I'm going to be teaching you guys all about going Ruby. And I was really excited when I got picked to actually do this training, because if you can go Ruby in this business, you can go ambassador, which is incredible, because any rank that we have, every time you go up in a rank, it's just made up of multiple rubies. So if you can go Ruby, you can go ambassador, which is that top income of our company. Average of 30, I think it's 33,852, I believe, is the average. So we're going to dive right in. So you've joined the business, and I wanted to welcome you. My name is Megan Carter. I'm Triple Diamond. This is my son. He's always with me. So just, I'm 5 years old. He's 5 years old, so bear with us. But he's going to be quiet this whole time. We already had to talk about it. But that's the beauty of this business, is that you can work this business with your kids, and never allow your kids to be the excuse of why you can't work this business. You want to use your kids to allow you to be your inspiration of why you're working the business. You know, many times have I been like, I just can't, because I'm a single mom, and I just have to take care of him. But I'm like, no, I'm working this business because I want to take care of him for the future as well. You know, take care of a car, take care of college, take care of extracurricular sports that he wants to do and stuff like that. So always in the back of your mind, remember that you are doing this for a reason, and don't let that reason be your excuse. Let it be your inspiration of why you're doing it. Okay, so I wanted to share with you guys, I'm going to put it in the chat. There's 2 videos. Please, please, please take a moment, copy and paste it to your notes of your phone. You don't have to go look at them right now. You can watch them later, but it's going to be, let's see, paste. It's going to be a 6 list video and a new distributor video that I have on my YouTube channel. The reason why I'm going to be giving you guys these tonight is because I go into some super details. I show my screen of how to do posts, what types of posts to do, how to do a story on your Facebook page. I mean, pretty much everything that you could ever think of, I put in these videos. They're about an hour long, but they're very thorough. And I really hope that you guys take a moment to watch them, because they will help so much. What I've done is basically compiled other distributors, top income earners, VIP, which is triple diamond above, triple diamond leaders, and just basically compiled all of their notes, including mine, into one video. So if you're watching the replay of this, make sure you either message me or message your enroller for those videos as well, or you can just find on my YouTube channel, which is just Megan Carter, and not the closet organizer. There's another Megan Carter out there that's a closet organizer, and that's not me. But we're going to talk about what Ruby is. So Ruby is the first rank in our company. So this is the Ruby chart. And the easiest way to explain the Ruby is just 3 distributors underneath you. And so this could be your sister, this could be your mom, this could be your best friend, or this could be your hairdresser, this could be your friend from college, this could be your neighbor, it could be anybody. This could be, if you have a spouse, I do recommend signing up your spouse, because it's double paychecks for your household. But always remember, just 3 distributors underneath you is Ruby. So now what we're going to be talking about is those 3 distributors need 400 in volume, in group volume. So it's just GV, group volume. Group volume consists of any type of volume that is underneath them. That could be their own personal orders. That could be, let's say, going back to the chart, let's say this is your neighbor, and your neighbor just signs up a distributor, and that distributor just goes and takes off all on her own. So all of that volume that was on that distributor also helps for the GV of that neighbor right there. So GV is every volume underneath that person. So you just need 3 distributors with 400 in group volume each. And then overall, so your entire chart, including yourself, so your volume too, just needs to be 2,000 in volume, which is about 2,000 in sales. So when you hit the rank of Ruby, you are then on average making $474 a month. That could be less, that could be more. It really just depends on how you work your business. And when you work your business, you can work it any way you want. I mean, personally, I work my business, I would say 95% social media, because I am a single mom of a 5-year-old, and it's hard to bring him along on different things. And it's much easier to work it from social media. And I believe that we have access to millions of people through social media, whether it's through Facebook or Instagram or all the different platforms. I do recommend staying to probably 1 or 2 social media platforms, because you don't want to overwhelm yourself, and you can easily get overwhelmed in this business if you just say, okay, I want to do Twitter, I want to do Snapchat, I want to do, it's just too much. Just stick with 1 or 2 and really what's the word I'm thinking, really capitalize on those social media platforms that you choose. Now, when you go Ruby, you just want to think of people who could use extra money from on their phone. So I want you guys to think, like right now together, we're going to be doing this to where I'm going to say a couple different types of people, and if any name comes into mind, write their name down. You could be on your phone, write it down, or you can be on a piece of paper and write it down, but either way, write their name down. I did this with somebody recently, and it made her mind just open to the possibilities of other people that she didn't even think of before. So I'm just going to start naming a couple different types of people, and if you think of somebody, write their name down. Okay, guys, we're going to start with hairdresser. So do you know anybody who's a hairdresser? Maybe it might be your hairdresser. Maybe it might be your mom's hairdresser. Maybe it might be your best friend's hairdresser, and she has super pretty blonde hair, and she always talks about him. Hairdresser. I'm literally drenched in rain right now because we got drenched at SeaWorld today. A mom. Any moms that you know. It could be a new mom. It could be your mom. It could be an older mom. If there's multiple ones, write multiple ones down. Mom. I'm gonna do this with you. I haven't done this for myself in a while. Somebody who's pregnant. It could be any stage of the pregnancy. Or somebody trying to get pregnant. Maybe it's somebody who you saw at church. And you saw her belly was popping. Maybe it's a friend of a friend. A nurse. Anybody who's a nurse, or even a doctor. Anybody in the medical field. It could be a pediatrician. It could be, it could be a radiologist. It could be just somebody who's in the medical field. It could be somebody in nursing school. A teacher. I just said that really funny. Teacher. Anybody who is in the teaching field. Any type of teaching. It could be a new teacher. It could be a professor. It could be any type of a teacher. Somebody who teaches somebody. Write their name down. Okay, so this one might be for some people and it might not be for some people. So, but anybody like a church friend or somebody who, if you don't go to church, it's fine, but, or maybe a friend who you would want to work this business with. Think of those people who you're around and you're just like, gosh, they got just like good personality. They make me feel good when I'm with them. And maybe they want to make some extra money too. You never know. In this business, of what I learned in the last couple of years of being in this business, is never, ever judge a book by its cover, because I was the one who is a single mom, and I joined this business when I was 25, and being alone, I was very lonely. I was very struggling financially, and on the outside, nobody could tell, but on the inside, I was crumbling. And this business is what got me out of all of that. And so never judge a book by its cover of somebody doing amazing, because you never know if they're actually not doing as amazing as they portray themselves. And social media is a very big platform to where we talk about all the positives on social media, and we rarely want to talk about negative things. And don't go on your social media and talk about negative things because you're never going to attract a positive person if you're posting negative things on your social media. So always do positive stuff. But my point is, you never know what somebody's going through behind closed doors, and never ever count somebody out of being and doing this business with you. But think of those friends of yours who you think you would want to work this business with. Your best friend, maybe your friend from college that you used to be best friends with and you haven't talked to her in a while. Just recently, I had somebody who was a friend of mine years ago. I'm talking, gosh, 20 years ago maybe, and I'll be 30 here soon. So we were very young and we were friends, and I had no idea, but she's been watching me for a very long time, and she's like, I think I want to do what you're doing. And I had no idea. So you never, never, never know who's watching you and who needs this, because on the outside looking in, I think she's doing amazing. Like, she's got 2 cars, she's got this mansion, and then we had a conversation and she's like, it's not all dandy. And she wants some extra income without having to go back to work, and because she has 3 kids, and she's like, and they're all under the age of 6. Ooh. But from me, I was like, oh, she's doing great. But I never took it off the table of saying, like, I told her, I was like, this is great. If you want to come onto my team, you want to do this with me, I am all for it. So now what we're going to do is, this list of people who you have accumulated, this is now your top list. So you're going to go and you're going to contact these people and just ask them. The worst thing that someone can do is say no. And that's okay. Because for us, a no is just not right now. And a lot of times people just need to watch us a little bit more, see if we're consistent, see if we really do believe in our products, be a product of the product, see if we really are going to start making money. And always celebrate the even if it's, my first paycheck was $28. $28. And I thought that it was $100 million because it was $28 more than I had that last month. And I was telling everybody about what I was spending that $28 on, because I was so excited. And then what happened is, because residual income, so comment below if you guys don't know what in the chat, if you don't know what residual income is. But to overview of just a quick what it is we get to do something one time and we get paid 3 times for it. I don't know if you caught that. We get to do something one time and we get paid 3 times for it. Residual income. It's incredible. So every time my paycheck kept going up and going up and going up and going up, because I was doing what we should be doing, which I'm about to go over the steps to success right now, which is what our company gives us as literally a guide of how to be successful in this business. But if you do those steps to success every single month, you're going to see that paycheck increase. Now, checking the chat. So let's kind of just dive right into what the steps to success is. So I'm going to share my screen with you guys so you can see this. Does anybody have questions about the Ruby chart itself? This right here. And if you don't know where to find this, Don't Google it. Don't put It Works Google, because you'll find our old chart. We used to have an old chart, and just recently in 2019, in January, we were able to revamp all of our charts, and they make it easier for us because we need less people and we actually make more money. It's incredible. Our company is just the best ever. So if anybody has any questions about this, let me know in the chat. And the way that you can find that is you can go into your eSuites, which is your back office, and you can go to Documents tab, and then just type in Ruby in the search bar, and you'll find that chart there. I recommend in the first of the month, so today's the 1st of July, pull out, especially because this is your goal, is to go Ruby. Pull out and print out if you have a printer. If you don't, totally okay, because I didn't have a printer in the beginning either. Print this out, or if you don't have the printer, just get a piece of paper and write 3 boxes and put yourself on top. And that is your goal for this month. So let me go ahead and share my screen so you guys can see the steps to success. Share screen. Okay, so this is the steps to success. So step 1, buy your business builder kit. You did it. Congratulations. Step 1 is done. Because everyone on here bought their business builder kit. Step 2 is to earn product credit. So what this is, it's incredible. Our company, it literally pays us more for doing what we should already be doing. And so when you get your first 4 customers in your first 30 days, you will then get a $100 shopping spree. So that shopping spree can be used on anything on the It Works website. That includes products, that includes apparel, which if you like, here's a hat, one of our hats right here. Our apparel is incredible, and I recommend for anybody who's new is to get one of the, like a shirt that just says, just It Works. Like, don't get a fancy one that has all the little sayings. They are really, really cute, but you can lead into that. Get one that just says It Works. And the reason for that is because people will literally come up to you and be like, what works? Like, jokingly, but then it's a conversation starter for people. I have actually gotten customers from doing that. I've sold wraps on hand right there with them. No sir, turn it off. I have wrapped, literally physically wrapped people in Chick-fil-A, Publix, Panera, by them being like, what works? Joking with me. And I'm like, oh, let me tell you what works, because I was a product of the product before joining this business. I wore the wraps. I used one, and then I saw some results, and I wanted to see more though. And then I became a customer, and after my 4 wraps, which is a full treatment. So we always say 1 is a treat, 4 is a treatment, and 12 is a procedure. That's like our saying. But when I saw my 4 wraps, which is 1 box, I literally felt like I was gonna faint, because I was like, no way, like that's no way, because I compared the before and after, and I got rid of that area of the underneath your belly button, but above like your hoo-ha area where you can't get rid of. I was, after having a baby, I got rid of that, and it tightened, and I was like so flabbergasted that I knew that I needed to tell like everybody about this. So like, I'm so passionate about our wraps because I know they work, because it was my body. I saw the, so if you haven't done a full treatment of wraps yet, please get yourself a box of wraps. Use them consistently every 3 days, put them on your body, drink plenty of water, stay away from foods you probably shouldn't be having, and get those results. Because I'm telling you, it's like, it's the best feeling ever when, first of all, A, you see it works for yourself, and B, you now have a product or before and after pictures to use. Can you go in the living room, please? Nope, go in the living room. But so your first 4 customers in your first 30 days is very important, and you will get a $100 shopping spree so that you can use that on apparel or even products. Now, a way to get your customers, so we're gonna do another exercise together. So get that piece of paper out again, or get your phone out again for writing these down. We're gonna do what's called a dirt list, or a flat tire list, or a wedding list. It just depends on how you want to say it. It's all the same thing. So what you're going to do is, I'm going to give us probably about 2 minutes to do this. So just the first people that come into mind when I say these things, write their names down. And so if you were to have a wedding, next week, you're planning it. Who would you invite to your wedding? Let's say 10 people. Write their names down. Or that's like the wedding list. Or another way of saying it is, if you were to have a flat tire on the side of the road, who would you call to come save you? Write those names down. Or if you were sick and you needed somebody to come bring you chicken noodle soup or to take you to the doctors, who would those people be? Write their names down. And the last thing is, if you were literally selling dirt, who would buy from you? There's a reason for this. I'll explain it. So the reason why we make this list is because, especially when you get started in this business, is because these people's names who you just wrote down, like if you look at them right now, those are the people who love and support you and they want to see you be successful. And so those are the people who I would recommend for you to reach out to this week. I recommend tomorrow, or even if you're okay with it's 9 o'clock my time, 9:30 my time, depending on where you guys are, if it's still good timing, message them tonight and just let them know. And if you want to get outside your comfort zone, I always recommend getting on the phone, because if they can hear the excitement in your voice, they are more likely to help support you. And so a conversation would go something like this. Let's say Aunt Judy. Hey, Aunt Judy, I just started my own business and I'm so excited, a little bit scared, but I'm really, really excited and I really need some help. Is there any way that you can purchase one product minimum from me, and in return, I'll give you my discount, and I really need your help to be able to use your results to help me build my business. It's a health and wellness business. We have over 50 products and I can absolutely figure out one that's best for you. Can I count on you to help me out? Done. It's a very simple conversation. It is kind of scary at first, but I'm telling you, if you ask them for your help and on this dirt list or this wedding list, because these are the people who love and care for you and want to see you be successful. And those people, the list, if you really did just write down a list of people, and you probably have anywhere from 20, maybe 30 people in that list, your first 4 customers are in that list. I can guarantee it. It could be your mom, it could be your sister, Aunt Judy. I don't know where that name came from, Aunt Judy. It could be your best friend. My best friend was my officially first customer was my best friend, and this is how I asked her to do it. Hey, so I need you to buy something from me. She was like, what? I was sitting on the floor and I was like, Maggie, I have no idea what I'm doing. Literally, I have no idea. So I need you to be like my guinea pig. I need you to, just one thing. Just one thing. She was like, okay, sure. And she ordered greens from me. That was my first customer. Was my best friend. And it was literally like the conversation went, I have no idea what I'm doing. I need you to be my guinea pig. And there was a customer, and she actually still loves our greens to this day. So now we have 2 separate lists. We have your list of people who you started to think about when I suggested different types of basically jobs or titles, I guess you would say, which are people who you would want to contact for being a distributor. And now you have a second list, which are going to be people to contact to be a loyal customer. So if you really did just do that with me, and if you didn't, it's okay. You can rewatch this video, do it again. You're going to have your first 4 customers and your first 3 distributors right there on that list of people. So step 3 is going to be going Ruby. So this is exactly what we just talked about. 3 distributors underneath you with 400 in group volume each. And overall, everybody combined, including yourself, is going to be 2,000 in volume. And as soon as you do that, you're then Ruby, which right here, if you see, this is the Ruby right here, 474. And then we go Emerald, which is 934. When we go Diamond, you get that first comma in your paycheck. And when you go Diamond, you unlock an entire new compensation plan. You get some other bonuses. I'm not going to go into much of that right now because I don't want to overwhelm you, but your goal is to, for this month, go Ruby. And you guys, and you can do this. You just have to decide it. You have to decide it. You have to declare it. Tell people. I know it's a very weird feeling because I remember having to tell my dad. When I went triple diamond, I was like, I'm going triple diamond. I told my dad and he was like, okay. And I was like, no, I'm going to go triple diamond. I'm going to have my first $10,000 or more paycheck. And I'm so excited. And he held me accountable to it. And he had no idea he was even holding me accountable because he would be like, did you hit it yet? Did you hit it yet? Did you do it? And it was almost like his accountability of almost like he didn't think I was going to do it. I knew I was going to, but he was holding me accountable in a way of knowing that somebody's watching me, somebody's expecting me to hit this rank. And it really did help. So I recommend, if it's your spouse, if it's your best friend, if it's your Aunt Judy, tell somebody. If you want to post it on social media, start talking about it. It's a crazy thing when you put it out into the universe and you really do start believing it and thinking it and really do work for it. Because in this business, we always say it's easy, but it takes work. Like you can't go into Target and be like, hey, I showed up. Where's my paycheck? Like you got to do work. And the same thing with this business. It's just, we can work our business from anywhere and we can work it as much as we want and where we want. And the great example of that is being able, today I went to SeaWorld with my son and spent, I think we were there for like 7 hours.
7 million hours.
7 million hours. And, you know, he was playing on the playground. And while he was playing on the playground, I was messaging customers. I was messaging distributors. I was helping my team with their goals that are going to be coming up here in the next month. But know that you can always work this business throughout the day of your regular lifestyle. And if you have any kids, I like to talk about this. If you have any kids, involve them in your business. My son loves our greens. He loves our greens and he drinks them every single day. And he's been drinking them every single day since he was little. And he'll talk about them. He'll tell people about them. Can you go play with Dash? He keeps barking, please. Just go in the living room and play with him. He wants the ball. Please go. And so, the ball's under my chair. Sorry, mom life. But when I do like Blitz cards, which is like our business card. So when you started, you should have gotten a couple cards in your starter kit. So when I do those, I put labels on them and they're very simple. It's nothing fancy. I just use, I think they're called Avery or Avel label cards. I got them from Staples and I use Microsoft Word and just click the button that says labels. And then I just put my name, my phone number, my website, I put my Facebook and my Instagram on there so that people can really see a lot of my stuff because I'm very not spammy on my social media platforms. And he'll put the stickers on for me. So he's involved with my business. And then one other thing I want to talk about is going to be fast start bonuses. So fast start bonuses is one of my favorite thing in this company. I love them. They are just a weekly goal of mine to be able to achieve them. So a fast start bonus is when you personally sign up a distributor and that distributor gets their first 2 customers. And if the distributor is commission qualified also, you will then get a fast start bonus of $100. We get paid those out every Friday, you guys, and they're unlimited. It's so crazy. Like every Friday we have the chance to be able to earn $100 or more. There's been one week where I was able to earn $800 in 1 week from fast start bonuses. That's helping 8 people join the business. That's helping 8 people change their life. That's helping 8 people potentially change their kids' lives. And it was able to help mine in return as well because it helped us tremendously at that time in my life. And so they're unlimited bonuses, and it's just signing a distributor, and that distributor get their first 2 customers, you get $100 fast start bonus. Okay, so I'm going to talk just a little bit more about this page, and then I'm going to go back to the chat because I'm pretty sure you guys are seeing a couple things in the chat. Okay, so step 1, you joined. Step 2, get those first 4 customers in your first 30 days. Step 3, go Ruby. Now this is the really cool thing. This is something that I personally have done, and I recommend for you to do it too. So if you haven't gotten a dream board or started a vision board or a plan board, it just depends on how you want to like say it. It's basically just talking and choosing and thinking about what you want to accomplish, not just with It Works, but in life and just in general. And what I've done, and so I have my own dream board in my kitchen. It's right by the microwave because I know I'll see it by the microwave. Hashtag mom life. And so what I did was I printed it off of this. I blew it up, printed off of it, and I wrote the number that I want to make on this, as if like It Works is paying me my check. And I wrote that number on there. It's a crazy number. It's a number that's so far out there that it almost sounds unachievable, but it's going to happen. And I know it's going to happen because I put it on the universe. I'm working toward it. I'm praying about it. The beauty of this business though is like the more you help other people, the more your paycheck goes up. And that's just how our compensation plan is set out. But I highly recommend print out this little check here. Write the number down that you want to make, and write the number of that will change your life. So if that's $500, awesome. That's $5,000 a month. That's going to change your life. If you want to be a stay-at-home mom, if you want to be pay off $20,000 in debt, whatever it is, like everybody's goals and dreams and ambitions are completely different. But I really challenge you to print that out and write that number on there, because it's going to be crazy when that number shows up on your e-suite of what your commission paycheck is. You're going to freak out, and you're going to remember this moment of me telling you and challenging you to do this. Okay, so the different ranks in our company, I'm not going to go over them, but just so you know, there's the Ruby, which is average $474, Emerald $393 a month, and Diamond $2,022. Let's see this just to make sure I want to rip everything on the notes. Does anybody have any questions? Yeah, Kaden. I love you, but stop.
What am I going to do?
I just want to make sure I said everything. Okay. Any questions? Anything at all, you guys? Now's your time to ask. Okay, so I'm gonna highly recommend go on there. So in your 6 list, let me pull this off. I have my computer on some books. 1 second. On your 6 list, which is the video that I put in the chat, so make sure you're copying and pasting that to notes of your phone and watch those 2 videos. The 6 list just consists of self-development, growing your market, posting, interacting, messaging, and following up. All of those are so important every single day. Daily, that's what our goal is. But monthly, our goal is to complete your steps to success, which is 3 distributors, 4 loyal customers. Just remember that, 3 distributors, 4 loyal customers every single month. And when you complete it, you just try to go for round 2, another 3 distributors, another 4 customers. But when you do your 6 list every single day, like what I said, it's your goal. You don't have to sit down and do it all at one time. Sometimes that can overwhelm you. So there's times, and it's going to sound really silly, but it might be TMI, but like I grow my market when I'm peeing. I know that sounds crazy, but I do, because I know I'm going to pee at least like 4 or 5 times a day. And if I'm sitting on the toilet peeing, I'm going to add 10, 15, 20 people to my network. And like, I'll pick, like I have a special like boutique that I love. I love this boutique. And I mean, the clothes are like $80 for a bra or bralette or whatever. And I'm like, what the heck? That's crazy. But there's, in that boutique itself, it's like a private group thing. People are either spending the money on $80 for a bra. So I know they have money. And I know that everyone always is like, I wish I could fit into that. Like I see comments like that on these live videos and I'm like, whoop, ad, because I have something for you. I can help you. I know I can. And at some point, it might not be right away, but at some point they're going to see something on my page that's going to attract them and they're going to say, oh, okay, that Megan girl, she's got this rat. I'm getting married next month and I really need to tighten up my tummy. Megan girl. And they're going to see it. And the same thing for you. And there's some people in this group, this boutique group, who are like, I wish I had the money for that. Ding, 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 ding. Somebody to be a distributor. And then they're all within the age of like 21, I'd say, to like 35. And I'll be 30 here soon. And so we have something in common. We're kind of in that same range, even though I'm pushing it. But I love the fact that, like, it could be a boutique. It could be, let's say you like skateboarding. Find a group that loves skateboarding and add people from that group that you have a common interest with. It could be a mom group. I mean, if you're just turned a mom, oh my gosh, go put yourself in a mom group. Not only is it going to help you in general, but it's going to help you make mom friends. And a lot of times people in this business, especially moms, like new moms, they talk about in these chats, because I'm in a couple mom groups too. They talk about in these like conversation chats, I wish I was a stay-at-home mom. And I'm like, I can help you. So listen to those, I call them trigger words. You know, I hear them all the time. I heard one today at SeaWorld. And, you know, someone was like, I'm so hot. I'm so dehydrated. You know what I did? I gave them a hydrate. And I was like, try this. Put it in your water bottle. Because I saw he was having a water bottle. And I gave him my card. So it's that easy. You just have to think, you have to get outside your comfort zone just a little bit and start talking to people. I talked to Pam Souter, who is one of the most amazing people on the planet in our company. And I asked her, you know, any advice that you have when you're shooting for the next promotion. So right now you guys are all shooting for that Ruby, whether you're new or whether you are still shooting for the Ruby. And she looked at me and she said, get it done. That's it. Get to work. Get it done. If you really want to make that, you know, on average $474, just get to work and get it done. Nobody else is going to come. Now I'm going to go on a soapbox. But I didn't see any questions in the chat. But nobody else is going to come to your house and going to press send on your phone. Like, you have to do it. You have to put the post on your wall. Let people know that you have a new business and be excited about it. People thrive on excitement. There's somebody on my team who literally joined my team because she saw that I was happy. So people want this, what do you call it? Oh gosh, like a tribe. People want a community, and we have such an amazing community. If you don't know a little bit about our company, I'll just give you a quick overall. We have been a company since 2001. We're a debt-free company. We are a Christian-based company. We are a family-owned company, which are the family who owns our company. Mark and Cindy Pentecost are literally the best people on the planet. You will not find anybody better. He does more of the business. She does more of the faith part of our business. She does women's conferences every year. We are a faith-based, so like at our conferences and green carpets, we start them off with a worship night. You don't have to believe, but we have the option. Everything's optional. But it's incredible that we have that foundation in our company that's like none other. We are a debt-free company, so that is something that's huge with our with network marketing. We are a debt-free company, and they teach us to be debt-free as well. So with being a debt-free company, all of our bonuses you'll see are going to be cash bonuses. You're not going to see a car bonus. You're not going to see a trip bonus. Sometimes they'll throw in a couple here and there type thing as like a surprise, but most of them are going to be cash bonuses. And the reason for that is because they want us to be debt-free as well. They want us to pay off that debt, to feel the financial freedom and get that stress off of us. And they talk about it all the time. And we are located in Tampa, Florida, is the headquarters. So if you ever come to one of our events, so hopefully you guys will be coming to our events, and I'd love to meet all of you guys. It's in most of the time, well, it is in Tampa, Florida, but now they might go other places as well. But our our company is just like none other, you guys. And the more you look into it, the more you're going to love it. And the people who you're going to meet is just incredible. The friendships you're going to be making, put yourself out there. If you see somebody, let's say it's a leader that just inspires you, message them and just say, hey, you inspire me. Can we talk? Because all of us want to. We love this business. And if somebody comes to us and just says, hey, I need help, or hey, can you just talk to me? We're like, yep. Because we like talking about it, because we're so passionate about it. And never, ever, ever, ever feel like you're bothering your upline. If for some reason you can't get in touch with your upline, go to the next person, because there's always somebody here for you, always. Because you're not bothering us. I always tell everybody that the more people who, or it's not ironic that the people who are messaging me the most are the people who are promoting, because they're asking questions. You're learning as you go. When I started this business, I knew nothing, first of all, about network marketing at all. And I knew nothing about the company. I just knew the wraps worked. That was it. And I was like, I'm in. I want to be a stay-at-home mom. I'm in. And now I've been a stay-at-home mom for 3 years. And my son's 5, and he was 1 when I started. And it was all because I just kept learning and allowing my mind to grow. And self-development, if you don't do self-development, you can literally start it off by going to YouTube and just type in 5-minute self-development. That was how I started self-development. And now I read books like crazy. But you have to just believe in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, you won't go far in this business, because if you don't believe you can do it, then nobody else will believe that you can do it. It all starts with you. It all starts with your mind. It all starts with just getting to work and just doing it. That's pretty much all I got, guys. Do you guys have any questions at all? No? Anything? I'm really, really excited to see all of you guys go Ruby. We're shooting for this next on or before July 28th. Write that down on that sheet of paper that you wrote those names down. Contact them. I challenge you to contact all of them before 72 hours. Go and message them, call them, let them know what you're doing. Just be excited. People, like I said, people thrive on excitement, and they are curious. People are watching. Oh, and that's one more thing I'll say is, don't be discouraged if you don't see people like commenting or liking on some of your posts and stuff like that. It's okay, because I have the same thing. There's sometimes posts that I do and I'm like, where are you guys? I have 5,000 friends on Facebook and 6,000 followers on Instagram. Where are you guys? And it's just not the right post, basically. But then the next post, it has a whole bunch. But there has been a numerous amount of times where people are like, I've been watching you for 2 years. And I'm like, you've never commented or liked on anything of mine. I had no idea. And they were just like, well, I wasn't really ready. And I'm like, I get it. I completely get it. How do you, I see a question in the chat. How do you keep up with the loyal customers you put under distributors who are not working? The distributors who are not working? I think that's what you mean. So I'll show you guys really quick. Where are you? He's so used to Zooms because like I do 10 o'clock Zooms a lot, and he'll be like, it's 10 o'clock, see you Zoom. If he's up. I'm really bad at scheduling with him. Okay, so this is just an example. So some people will do like one, like fold a sheet in half. Other people, I like mine like this because I have a binder. So basically what I do on this sheet, so it looks like this, my loyal customers on this side, my distributors are on this side. And I have like little columns. It doesn't have to be perfect, you guys. And that's like, I like to be semi-organized, just have it all on a piece of paper. And I'm a writer. Some people like to use their iPad. A lot of people recently are doing the iPad Pro. I'm just a note taker. I'm like simple. Technology to me is, I'm not the best at it. One day I'll get to it, but it's a piece of paper and pencil. That's all you need. I do it in pencil because there's going to be some times where you'll mess up and you can erase it. Always also your charts do in pencil, because if somebody, let's say you sign your neighbor here and your neighbor just doesn't work, all you have to do is just erase their name and then put your hairdresser in there. So on this sheet of paper, I have their ID number in the first column, their name in the second column, their the date that they started in the third column. If there's any volume, or obviously there's volume, what number of volume, and then if I move them underneath somebody, I put it in parentheses and the name of the distributor that I move them under. So the reason I do this is because when you sign up a loyal customer and you move it underneath somebody else, it'll change, like in eSuite, which is your back office, it'll change the enroller and the distributor name. So sometimes you can lose them if you don't kind of keep track. And this is the way, and like I said, it's very simple, very, very simple. Just when I sign somebody, I come to the sheet and I write their name down and I'm good. And so then with like following up with them and stuff like that, I have all the loyal customers that I personally signed on here. And then distributor wise, if you guys want to know that too, very similar. I put the ID number, the name, then I have all the different like groups or chats, and I have those in columns, and I check mark if I've added them in them. I write the date, and then I write a fast start column. And so when I'll check it when they get their first 2 customers, and then when I get paid, I'll circle it. So Doreen, did that answer that? And then if you also want to know, so if it's a loyal customers that are underneath distributors who maybe the distributor no longer works the business at all, and if I didn't personally sign them, I actually send out, I'd say bi-weekly, sometimes I'm weekly if I'm really on it, an email that just says, I'm also your It Works contact. If you need anything at all, I'm here to help, and suggesting like one of our new products. But I send that through email because you can see their email on eSuite. Is there a way to know in eSuite if they didn't order? If the loyal customer didn't order? So in eSuite, if you go into reports, then tree viewer, okay, and then go to on the left-hand side of tree viewer, if you click show loyal customers, you can then see, so let's say your distributor is Jessica. Jessica's not working, but she's got loyal customers underneath her. You would then see all of the loyal customers underneath Jessica. And if you click the name of those loyal customers on like the main page, like to the right a little bit, and you scroll down, you'll see the orders. You'll see auto shipments. You'll be able to see all of that through eSuite. You can see all their different auto shipments that they've done before. You can see if they canceled their auto shipment. You can see all that through eSuite. eSuite's incredible. It's like literally our personal assistant or like a back office. And then I'll talk about one more thing, which is auto shipments. So auto shipments for me, it's very, very, very important. The reason for that is because they are optional. Like, let me start off with that. You don't have to run an auto shipment, but when you run an auto shipment, first of all, you are now commission qualified. You're guaranteed commission qualified. As long as you have orders, you're going to be getting a paycheck. I call it paycheck insurance. I know I'm getting a paycheck. And then also, when I got started in this business, like I said, I was 25. I did not have money at all. I was living with my parents. I was working a full-time job. I was going to school part-time, never seeing my child, and barely even making it by. Like, I'm talking barely. And I was living with my parents rent-free. It was bad. And, you know, I look back at that and I'm like, I don't even know how I was functioning because it was all God. Like, I don't even know. But when I started this business, I saw the vision and I saw the value of why you should run your auto shipments. So when my enroller told me, when she said, you need to run your auto shipment, I'm like, I ain't got no money. Like, where am I going to find the money for that? And she told me this, and it's always stayed with me. And I'm telling you, that is why I promoted so quickly. In my first 2 months, I went Ruby, and then I went Emerald the next month. And then it just kind of went on from there. Now, what I did was, I'll go back to the chat in a second. I'm getting distracted. What I did was I ran my auto shipment for 2 boxes of wraps. I did this for many months. because I was like, okay, I'm trusting you. But I ran it for 2 boxes of wraps. It was $130, and which I didn't have at that time. But this is why. When I ran it for $130, and first of all, I actually started it with putting it on my credit card at first, and then it transitioned to I was making money, and then I could now use my paycheck to be able to pay for the auto shipment, but it just kept growing and growing. But when I bought the 2 boxes of wraps, I spent $130. Then, so now I have 2 boxes of wraps sitting on my shelves. You can sell those boxes of wraps for either $25 per wrap or $100 for the box of wraps. So that the 4 wraps in one box or bag, or whatever you want to call them. So she encouraged me to use those 2 boxes of wraps as basically ammunition to talk to more people. And she was brilliant, just brilliant. And so what was happening was literally, it was like 2 boxes of wraps sitting on my counter. And I kept thinking, that's literally $200 sitting on my counter right now. What am I doing? And it just pushed me harder and harder to talk to more people. And so what I would do every single month, bought $130 worth of wraps, got myself commission qualified. I knew I was getting a paycheck no matter what. And then I was actually selling those boxes of wraps. Sometimes it was $25 a piece, and sometimes people are like, I want the whole thing for $100. But what I would do, so I bought it for $130, sold it for $200 total. I would make a profit of $70. So when I started in this business, that $70 paid for our groceries and our gas every single time, every single month. And I knew I was getting a paycheck on top of it also. And even though in my head, I'm like, I have no money, I can't do this. I knew though, in the end, I'm going to profit money as well. And what ended up happening was it pushed me so hard to talk to more people, because I was like, well, if I want to eat and if I want to go anywhere, I need to buy these boxes of wraps or sell the boxes of wraps. And I talked to so many people about the wraps, so many people. And what ended up happening was the conversation went something like this. Hey, I have these boxes of wraps. They help tighten, tone, and firm in 45 minutes, anywhere from the neck down. And I would say, look, these are my results. And that's why it's important to have your results as well. If you don't have them, it's okay. But I would suggest for you to get your own results. And if you don't have them, use somebody else's results. And I'm like, these are my results. Would you want to tighten and tone and firm anywhere from the neck down? Like, where would you want to tighten up? And most of the time, people, it's their stomach. It's just like the common area. Sometimes their arms. You can literally do from the neck down anywhere. Boobs, butt, thighs, legs, arms, all over, the whole thing, whole shebang. And you can do the facial for your face if you wanted, which helps tighten everything up as well. But what ends up happening is I tell them, I either have a box of wraps, which are $100, and I can give them to you right now, or I can give you my discount, which is 40% off as a loyal customer. And all you would do is just order 1 product minimum for 3 months. So what we can do is we can start you off with a box of wraps, and then we can kind of get you started on, were you wanting to lose some weight as well, or was it just tightening? And then it starts to talk about losing weight. And I'm like, okay, well, let's get you on some greens. Let's get you on our thermophyte. Like, it just starts the conversation up. And then what ends up happening is customers were happening, because I'm trying to sell my $100 wraps over here. And most of the time people are like, well, I want the discount. And so I was signing all these customers, but then those people who were like, nah, it's okay, I'll just buy the box of wraps. I was making my money for the $200 a month and profiting $70. So always know that you don't have to run your auto shipment, but I highly recommend it. And if you could use your auto shipment with being a product to the product and you use the products yourself, that's even better. I always tell people this story about somebody who I know, because it stayed in my mind and I feel like it'll stay in yours. Is I know someone personally who was going for a $10,000 bonus. She made the bonus. She achieved her goal. It was a diamond $10,000 bonus. She was ready to go. She did not run her auto shipment. She was relying on, because you can either run your auto shipment for 80 BV, which is average about $80, or you can rely on your personal bonus volume, which is basically just customers underneath you. And then if you decide to like order a product or two, that would be accumulated 150. So she was relying on that 150 to get her commission qualified and did not run her auto shipment. And what happened was she went diamond. She got that she received, I guess you'd say, the $10,000 bonus. But the last couple days of the month, she didn't realize that somebody did a return order. And she was 154. And when somebody did a return order, she went under the 150 and she did not get that $10,000 bonus or get a paycheck because she was relying on her customers basically ordering and everything. And somebody actually ended up returning a product and it went down. And so I always tell everyone that story because it's like heartbreaking, but I never want someone to be in that position of relying on the 150 and then not receiving a paycheck when you're expecting it. Because especially because the single mom over here, and especially starting this business, I mean, we start this business for money. You know, you don't want to not get a paycheck. And so run your auto shipment, use the products, be a product of the product, and just know that this business can absolutely change your life. It has taken me from, gosh, such a dark place, being a single mom, living with my parents. I now have my house. I bought a new car, paid off now 2 credit cards. I paid off a $9,000 credit card this week, which is so crazy to even think. I still go, ooh, because I never thought I'd be able to do that. I had that credit card since I was 19. And it was just one of those like, well, it'll take forever. It was like 32 years it was going to take to pay off, was like that number that you see in your credit card statement, you know. I mean, it's helped me get out of the dark place that I was in emotionally with just being a single mom and being in my scenario. And so this business will change you in such a positive way if you allow it to change you. And the more you plug in, the more you will be able to absorb, and the more you'll be able to grow in this business as well. Last question I see in the chat is, do you set times to work or just all day? Oh no, I set times. Because I am a single mom, because I am a stay-at-home mom. It's funny, when I thought I'm gonna be a stay-at-home mom, like I'd have all the time in the world to work this business. When you become a stay-at-home mom, you get lazy because you have all the time in the world. But so I personally, it's very easy to be like, oh, this couch looks great, I'll just sit on it. 4 hours later, you're like, hold on, the time just went by. So you have to set times. Give yourself, we call it power hours, and just work your business. And if you guys need that, I can give you guys a couple different things on what we do for our power hours, but it really is your 6 list. So watch that video, you guys, watch the 6 list video. It's really just doing your 6 list and just breaking it down for that hour. I love power hours because it's those times of the day where I'm like, focus, nothing else. Like I literally put my phone on airplane mode because I'm like, I'm not answering phone calls, I'm not answering messages, like I'm focused and I'm getting my 6 list done. I tend to do like set up my posts for the next day, the night before. That helps a lot. If you guys are still working your business or working like a regular job and working this business, so was I. So I totally understand. There's many times where I was like, I gotta go pee. And then I was like 6 pees later and my boss was like, are you okay? Because I was always in the bathroom just signing customers and talking to people. But I knew that the work that I was doing then was going to pay off now. And just like today, because I worked so hard and just did it, I was able to spend a whole day with my son on a Monday at SeaWorld and just have time with him. And that is what this business is about, is giving you that freedom. But so those power hours I love because it's just like an hour and I'm like, everything done. But like I said earlier, like I grow my market every time I go pee and just kind of here and there throughout the day. But there's many times where like I've been at the car dealership and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna take like 2 hours. Okay, I'm gonna message people. So I'm messaging people at the car dealership. So just always know, as long as you have your phone with you, you can work your business. And I think that's all the questions that you guys have. But I'm so excited for you guys, and just know that you can do it. Just believe in yourself, because when you look back, like right now is July 1st, 2019, which is crazy. July 1st, 2019. When you look back and you really do work this, we say work this business like a 4-year degree. You know, you go to college, you basically work your butt off for 4 years, and then you end up working for a job, sometimes even minimum wage when you get started. There's nothing against regular jobs, just don't get me wrong. But sometimes you get yourself in debt and you put yourself into a position to where you're getting minimum wage, or maybe it's just a little bit over minimum wage. And sometimes you get, a bonus. You get a bonus and your bonus is 14 cents for the year. In this business, you can literally give you thousands of dollars of a bonus monthly. And that's happened, and I've seen it. I'm an example of that. And with me, I don't have a college degree. I have my AA. I guess that kind of counts. My high school diploma. And I make more money than pretty much everybody in my family right now at 29 years old. And it's because this business and working this business, and like I said earlier, the more that you help other people, the more that it just helps yourself. And that's because our company is so genuine and so incredible with their compensation plan. And they set it up just like that because they teach us to pour into others. In return, you'll get poured into. And always remember the more you give, the more you can give back. Sorry, the more you get, the more you can give back. So don't forget. There's always somebody else out there that has a scenario that's worse than yours, and always give back to people. So I'm going to start preaching because I get like really preaching style when I start talking about giving and stuff. But I love you guys. If you guys need anything at all, please reach out to me or your upline or your enroller, and just know you can do it. I believe in you, and I'm excited to see all of you guys go Ruby on or before the 28th of this month, and just see you in your journey. And I would love for you guys, if you have a second, message me and tell me your story. Like, why did you get started? Tell me these things, and I would love to know as well. So bye guys.